I could always edit this out. Alright, subscribers to my Aries 0083 channel. You're in for a Halo ride. This is my first, well, yeah, I guess, my first video in my series all about Halo Reach, where I'm going to discuss size comparison. Instead of doing it like Sean Long at the end of every video, I'm going to just make one big video where I compare the scale of all the figures that I have from Halo. First up, the extreme tall and extreme short. This is Dutch from Halo 3 ODST. He was repacked. He's in the line of the Halo Anniversary series, which will become Halo Universe. He's the shortest figure that I own. All the figures that are not from Reach are this scale. I have John Forge and I have Buck, and they're both this size. And this is the Brute Chieftain, yay, from Halo Reach. He's the tallest. This is my custom guy. I decided to paint his eyes gold, but now he looks more creepy. They were red, but so this is how tall the Brute Chieftain is next to a Halo 3 figure. That sucks. So, alright, let's compare the UNSC and the Covenant. But first, let's go with the UNSC. First up, we got the standard human in the Halo Reach universe. This is the UNSC Marine. Hooah! And here's Dutch. Let me just bring down the camera. There's a lot of space up there. So this is a regular human from the Halo Reach universe. The ODST Jetpack Trooper and the ODST that comes with the Mongoose are both based on this body. So they're the same size. I thought the ODST would be taller than this guy, but he's not, which makes sense. I don't know why I thought the ODST would be taller, but and here's Dutch, a regular human from Halo 3. Wow. No wonder these guys are $11.99. Well, these guys are $13. So next up, we're going to compare a female Spartan with a regular human. Let me adjust. This is the Air Assault. I call her Rose. I think that's the description of the color, but it's a good name if any. In my review of Cat, I'll point out the differences between Rose and Cat. They're not, they have different heads, and I think there's other differences, well, besides the robot arm. So this is a female Spartan and and a regular human. Don't look at her armor plating. So that's it. Just goes to show that usually while females are shorter than men in terms of being normal, Spartans are taller. So the shortest of the tall. Oh, Rose. Alright, next up I have a comparison with a regular male Spartan, Caboose, from Red vs. Blue, and the regular human from the Reach universe. So they're still tall. Hey, no, the bleep sound effects. And then we'll bring in the female Spartan, since I was talking about how women are usually shorter than men. They're about the same height. Just about. Now we got the 3 of them here. Voila. Alright. And then we'll compare the UNSC human from Halo 3 to a regular Spartan. It's short to a male Spartan. And then to the female Spartan. Look somewhere else, Dutch. You're married. Alright. So there we got that. And then we'll bring in the last of the UNSC, George. This is my custom George. I cut out the back of his legs as per Toys 210 so that he could bend his legs more. And I painted it with black Gundam marker. The black of the Gundam marker is darker than the black of the armor. Just like when here I covered some green that was splotching. I also used my silver marker to paint these boats. And I used one of my panel lining pens to flesh out his beard, but he still doesn't look like George, and I know why. He needs a bigger chin. So this is George. I mean bigger, he needs a bigger jaw. This is George. He's a Spartan too. This is him compared to a regular human from the Reach universe. And then to a regular Spartan. Well, this is a Spartan 3. So, he's still tall. Want to do something about it? So he's still tall. And then him with the female Spartan. And George with the Halo 3 Dutch. Come on, time to go to school, son. Don't cry, it'll be better. So that's it for the UNSC. United Nations Space Command. Next, we have the Covenant. First up, the Small. This is a grunt. Good thing I left the food nipple at the starship. It's waiting for me. 'Cause, man, do I have a big grunty thirst. So he has a big grunty thirst and a big backpack. These guys are the shortest of the Covenant, but when you compare him to Dutch, they're about the same size. Wow. And then when you compare him to a regular human from the Reach universe, they're pretty big. So that's the grunt. Let me compare him to Spartan Mark III, the Spartan 3. Chomp. Wow. And Spartan 2, George. Alright, next up from the Covenant, we got the Skirmisher. There's no jackals in the Reach line, so the Skirmisher is the best thing to a jackal that we have. They're like cousins. The jackals, as I guess he's standing up as straight as I can get him. And here he is with the grunt. Rah! Chomp. So here he is with the grunt. Grunt's up to his, like, his mid-torso. Darn you, Jackal. Alright. And then we'll have the Jackal with Dutch. It's a regular family reunion. So, he's with Dutch. Then we got the Jackal with a regular human. And the Grunt. Not a comfortable position. What? Hey! So let me get the Grunt out of the way. Just remember the size comparison. This is the Jackal with a Spartan 3 male and female, and then with a Spartan 2, which is George. They're about the same height. They could see eye to eye. Chop. So that's it. Now we got everyone's favorite Covenant, the Elite. Here I have my first Elite that I bought, which I think is cool because you can hardly see the ugly head. You can tell it's there, but I like the mask. It makes him look cooler. And of course, in Halo 1, they would go wonk, 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 wonk. Sometimes they'd laugh when you die. They go wonk, 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 wonk. So there's an Elite. Here he is with a Grunt. The Grunt's really small. And you have him with the skirmisher. His mask came off. Skirmisher's legs are a little bent, so man, there we go. And the Elite's jetpack came off. These guys have trouble standing, but it's a situation that I fixed using my the Scotch restickable strips. And so here's an Elite with the skirmisher, and then an Elite with Dutch. Dutch is like the baby of the group. Don't worry, you'll be okay. We'll find your mommy. Then there's the Elite with the female Spartan. The Elite with a male Spartan, Spartan 3. The Elite with a regular human. Hold me. It's legendary. And here's a George Spartan 2 with an Elite. Alright. So the last of the Covenant that we're going to compare sizes with is the Brute, who is in the beginning. Yeah. So let me just reposition the camera. All the elites are the same size, and all the brutes are the same size. I thought the chieftain, being a chieftain, was bigger than the brute minor and the brute major, but they're all the same size. They use the same body, so there are details that change when I review the brutes, you'll see, but they're all the same height. So here we have the brute with the grunt, the littlest of the little, the covenant, even though he's big. Then we have the brute with the jackal, who's not exactly standing straight up. All I need is for his legs to be straight. So the brutes are bigger than the jackals. I mean the skirmishers. Here's the brute and the elite. We're gonna take over protecting the prophets. Right. So there's the brute and the elite. And let's compare the brute again with Dutch. It's really small. If I were Dutch living in this Reach universe, I'd be scared of everything. Here's the brute with a regular human. The brute with a female Spartan. The brute with caboose. A Spartan 3. And finally the brute with George, a Spartan 2. Huzzah! Alright, this video is almost 20 minutes long, but I got all that size comparison in the way. I really like the Reach universe of figures because they're bigger. Compared to Marvel Universe, I think Dutch is just as big as a regular Marvel Universe figure, but I'd have to find out. Let me see. Just give me a minute, guys. I don't have any loose figures, any Marvel figures loose. So here we have Captain America, who's on sale in my store. Comparing their boots, you see, putting their boots together. Yeah, this is gonna be blurry, but Dutch is a tad bigger than Captain America. So yeah, Marvel Universe figures have gotten a little more expensive, so I think for the size, I mean for the price, you get a little bit extra size in your figures, but you won't get extra accessories. All you'll get is a grenade and a gun. So that's it for me, Aries 083. Thanks for watching my videos. I hope that these reviews It'll help you learn to love the Halo Reach toy line like I've learned. Because my experience with Carter, if Carter's review would have made me a believer of Halo, I think I wouldn't have the trouble finding Series 1 and Series 2 that I have now. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. See you on the flip side. And in the toy aisles. I think that's my new catchphrase. See you in the toy aisles. I'm a design guy.